Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Thunderstorm. I'm Sliv, and today with me is Kesnarius.
Hey, what's going on? I'm. God, I don't know what I am.
Not clever, apparently.
Oh, got him.
We also have Rin.
Top of the morning.
And always, not always, we also have the Nameless Man.
Can I leave yet?
Yeah, fuck off.
Or is there?
No, I think I'll stay.
So, boys, today we are talking about FTP games, free-to-play games. What say you?
What say me?
Yeah, what say you, Kaz? What free-to-play games are you gonna show to our audience today?
Man, I got a whole variety of free-to-play games to show our audience, but free-to-play business model, usually comes with a nasty little caveat. Depends on the game, obviously. But man, I am very, 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 very hesitant to get into any game that says free to play, because usually it's got some way to fuck me.
Care to elaborate?
Sure. Let me just start with a wonderful little game, indie game that no one's talking about right now called Genshin Impact.
Oh, that game.
That I fell for like an idiot. Released about a month ago. Everyone on Twitter loves this fucking game. Major YouTubers, fucking Mother's Basement, several other anime YouTubers promoting the fuck out of this game. Constantly saying it's great, it's revolutionary, it's got gameplay like Breath of the Wild, except a little shittier. And I will say, gameplay-wise, it is kind of all that in a bag of chips. It's got a little bit better of a progression system, maybe. I don't know. It is kind of difficult comparing the two, actually. This one is a bit more stats oriented rather than break of the weapons. Entire weird shifting weapon combat system. But point of the matter is, this at its root is a gacha game that everyone seems to forget ruins perfectly good games. Is a system that is almost never good. No, it's never good. I'll make the fucking hot take. Gacha is shit. Gacha will never be good.
Real hot take there, Kaz. Gotcha's bad. Nobody knew that.
Well, something. Well, we can all agree here that gacha's shit. We can't deny that there's a fuck ton of people still playing them, who are constantly getting fooled and are constantly buying into Genshin Impact. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why Genshin Impact is shit. Other than the fact that it's gacha. Well, I mean, it is mainly due to its gacha, but okay, obviously you gotta roll. We've all played gacha games. You roll for a new character. You got like a 1% chance to roll the character. It's shit. You probably get it in like 20 rolls. It's awful. You get your character, and it's like, okay, all right. You can upgrade a lot of things in the base game. Normal gameplay, cool, rad. Okay, then you get to something called constellation levels, which can only be upgraded by pulling doubles of the character. I don't know how anyone can continue playing this game after that foreknowledge. Or forethought, I don't know. When they find this out, they need, I don't understand how you could be like, oh yeah, no, it's totally possible for me to pull 6 doubles of this 1% chance character. And usually these characters appear on banners that last 12 fucking days. So it obviously incentivizes panic buying. And honestly, it's just really garbage. It's a really shitty thing to do to your fan base. You could have it like if the game just had a normal gacha where you only had to pull the character once. I might be okay with that because I mean I've been addicted to gachas before, but pulling the same character twice, pulling the same character twice is awful. But pulling the same character 6 times in a 12-day span, like it's so consumer unfriendly. It's ridiculous. And obviously Genshin Impact isn't the first game to do this. Pokemon Masters, Fire Emblem Heroes. I'm sure everyone else can. I'm sure there's a fucking
name a gacha and it probably has that in it where you have to have multiple of the same character.
And they don't all do that. But it's like
now, like I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, if you might, Kaz.
You got it.
What generally is a gacha game about? Like a mobile gacha game, like Genshin Impact is available on mobile, so let's treat it like it's a mobile game. What do you do in a gacha mobile game?
Well, you do pull characters, but usually they have vastly different combat systems. I would presume that the purpose of pulling the character would grant you some kind of gameplay mechanic or some kind of edge to progress in the game.
Right, but generally, gacha games prior to Genshin Impact are mini-game based. Like, tap the dots, or play a round of Fire Emblem, or play a brief fucking RPG encounter. With Genshin Impact, it's slightly different, right? Like, the concept of a gacha pull is still there, and it's pretty early on in the Genshin life cycle. The characters you're gonna pull and get these constellation upgrades are definitely gonna be in future banners. Like that's to say at least there.
Well,
like what kind of gacha game just drops everything out of rotation?
Well,
like there's a substantial gameplay upgrade to this style of gacha. Am I not right?
You're saying that all their gacha games have like mini games in between the gacha, but I wouldn't consider like Fire Emblem.
No game in between other gachas compared to Genshin Impact, like sort of speaking. Like you're pulling it for the fancy card art, not the character you're going to be playing, like spending hours upon hours using.
I would very much disagree with that.
You disagree? Okay.
110%. Fire Emblem Heroes, each character has, well, not necessarily each character, but a lot of those characters have vastly different builds in the style of in the way that you play them. And like I don't know, I don't want to like get into the entire like combat system of Fire Emblem, but there are certainly like different characters that will do different things. Like they do specialize in different things. Like
right. Like I'm not saying that they don't. I'm saying that there's more of a game to Genshin Impact than any gacha game prior to it.
There might be. I mean, it sort of depends on like the player's definition of what they would consider to be a game. Like, yes, I think personally that Genshin Impact has like the most exciting gameplay. But at the same time, if I were really like digging the strategy and like unit progression of like a Fire Emblem Heroes, I would think that would also serve as like fitting gameplay for my experience. And again, to go with my, well, you're arguing that. I was gonna say that, like,
yeah, like I'm just playing advocate here.
I mean, sure. I mean, like, gameplay is like, I don't know, like, what you get out of a gacha game entirely depends on like what kind of gamer you are, right? Like, you can't just say like Genshin Impact is just objectively like the best gacha game ever.
It's
when like
not the best gacha game ever. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like, every gacha game is the worst gacha game ever. Let's be real here.
Fact zone. Continue.
I don't know about that,
but like, there is more substance to Genshin Impact compared to any other gacha game before. Is what I'm trying to say. More effort was put into the game and less effort put into the gacha system, sort of say. Or maybe more put into the gacha system based on how the game is going to ramp. I don't know.
I guess what he's trying to say is, like, if you remove the gacha from the equation entirely,
the game itself is like,
it has more meat on its bones, whereas a lot are just a mini game or press the button or do this certain thing with an element. Sometimes you have the element of team building in there, but
and that is that I would agree. Personally, yes. And that is what got me into it in the first place. I do not play it currently, but that is what intrigued me. I was wondering, man, like, how could this game possibly have this much content? But I just like I have to like, and I think any gamer, like, free to play or not, really needs to pump the brakes. Because the fact is, we don't know when or if these characters ever come back is the problem.
Well, that's the issue with it being so soon into its dev life cycle, right? I guaranteed, looking at previous gacha games, these characters are coming back as less rare pulls in the future. Because they're going to be trashed here in the future. That's how gacha works.
Yeah, the good stuff eventually just
The
starts to
ramp's
become
going to
worse.
get harder, and then you're not going to be able to use them. Literally unusable. There goes your $50, kids.
Yeah.
The gacha life cycle continues. Time to whale $18,000 on Genshin Impact.
Yeah, gotta get that. Oh, man. That does remind me of, God. There's this dude on the fucking Brave Exvius subreddit who spent like $8,000 to try to get Cloud and some fucking mobile Final Fantasy game.
Don't worry. I knew a guy I worked with back in the day. He spent $4,000 trying to roll Bojack on the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle.
Yeah,
what a nothing character, by the way. God damn.
I know.
Yarr! Space pirate. Yeah, and like you hear stories occasionally pop up, like especially with like Japan and Fate Grand Order. You hear every so often some guy blew his entire life savings trying to roll a character because like it was a special summer variant and it was like a 0.001% drop chance.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Again, I do agree that it has more substance, but I can't agree with the doubling system. I think it is so fucking anti-consumer.
I think because of Genshin's, I'm not going to say late entry, but I'm going to say broader view on the gacha landscape. They introduced systems that earlier gacha games introduced far later on into the dev cycle. They introduced it at the beginning. Like, which is good for quality of life. You know, like your older characters, they're going to be useful, more useful than they potentially would be on their own later on. With the constellation system, with the putting the same character into the same character to get nodes, right? Get more levels out of the character, make it useful for longer. It's just the way they gacha systems work.
Yeah, this is just symptom of an issue with gacha
Yeah.
in general. This isn't just Genshin.
I suppose I
Like,
should
even-
also mention that like a full 10, the usual gacha 10, like figure pull or whatever, takes about like, for me, it was like an average of like 4 days to get one of those
Mm-hmm.
in real life. Like they are really chintzy on the fucking resources, unless you're constantly fucking playing all day.
And how many hours did you play, guys?
I mean, I probably played over the course of 3 weeks, I want to say.
Okay.
Obviously at the beginning they shower on you because it just came out, and
Right.
They want to
So
get
you
you.
weren't around for any like milestone celebrations or not, because like they're gonna have milestone celebrations. It's
Well, of
just the
course.
way the gacha games
Yeah.
work. They're gonna give you extra this, extra that for
Mhm.
logging in each day, for completing this task. It's gonna become easier the more you play, but that's how they lock you into the
Of
gacha game, right?
Yeah.
Like you, because you didn't play as long, it felt like you weren't being rewarded. When like let's now look at Genshin a year from now, right? You're gonna have your year anniversary fucking celebrations. You're gonna have this celebration, that celebration, like the Moon Festival, or what have you. And you're gonna be getting all these nodes this to throw into different pulls. Like gacha games can be played without spending a dime, and you can get a fair bit of fantastic pulls out of that, even with the constellation systems.
And I honestly believe that's the only way you should be playing most of those games, most gacha games.
Oh,
honestly.
no doubt.
Obviously they need to make money to survive, but the way they go after money with pulls and stuff, a lot of the time is just, it can get kind of gross. Like, hey, you have to pull on this forever, otherwise you're going to be irrelevant now.
Now
It's-
you know this festival is coming up, so you're gonna save up all your nodes for this festival. Because if you do 3 pulls in a row, you get a free pull. So you're gonna save for that all your free gems, your token.
Your
whatever.
random MacGuffin.
Yeah, your MacGuffin, your dragon stones, your dodos, your Marth swords, and your what
Red
have you.
gems, or
Red
whatever
gems.
the other Azure Lane one is.
I think and like another issue I have with gacha games, almost unrelated. Well, yeah, no, obviously they're a grind. Like that's a given. But like obviously I was playing Opera Omnia for fucking 2 years of my life, and so I would consider that to be a pretty good gacha system actually, because it does have like a solid, like, you pull on this banner enough times, you can just outright get the weapon. So it sort of gives like players who are like concerned for an upcoming event like a safety net, for like spending X amount of gems or whatever currency, and then they will like automatically get that weapon. I was surprised when like just the other day, when I started getting a little bit of footage from the game, that even though there are like several tiers higher of weapons than when I left, they're still doing that, which was cool. But with that game, I found that like the grind was so ridiculously tedious that like I found a point in that game where like I got like a new, like the best type of character or best type of weapon for a really good character, and I fucking dreaded having to spend like a solid probably 13 hours maxing out all their shit. God damn. I don't know, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's just the pretty typical free-to-play trap. Everything you do becomes really tedious and really long. Like, everything takes forever, to the point in which you just start wanting to spend money in order to speed it up.
Yeah, to
So
get
you-
there faster.
So you can get to, like, what is the fun part of the game, but the game is actually generally never that much fun. So, I mean, that's how they get you. And they get some people real good.
Yeah, I think there are good examples out there of like how to do it at least a little bit better with the mobile ones. Like, I used to play Azure Lane. I don't anymore because I like having a game I can play like when I'm not in my dark room by myself, lest I have a loading screen ruin my life. But like most of the characters, if you wanted a character and you were doing pulls for them, it was pretty likely you're eventually going to get that character. The game was constantly giving you pulls. But where they made the money was that they were really stingy with giving you gems to buy skins. So, like, if you wanted your character to have a different outfit, you would probably be paying for it. Or saving up for, like, months. Because it didn't impact the game at all. It just was like, oh yeah, this character now has a different outfit. And a lot of them were limited time and stuff. And I think that's a little bit better of a way to go about it. Not perfect still, but...
I know. I feel like, you know, we can say, don't play gacha games, but like I feel like the only real way for like any kind of audience that we have to like actually avoid them is to just like feel that dread themselves. Either through not getting the character you want or just like realizing that damn, this shit ain't that fun anymore.
So what Kaz is trying to tell the audience here is...
go ahead and spend $6,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna say what Kaz is trying to say is that kids, you should probably just go out, steal your parents' credit card, and blow $8,000 on Genshin Impact.
Do it.
Good thing you're not marketed to kids. Otherwise, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of kids be doing that.
Come on, Tim. I know you're like 27 years old, but go to your grandfather's home and steal his credit card. Get those V-Bucks, spend it on the E-Whores, and Grandpa will be proud of you when he's 6 feet under.
Jesus Christ, that got morbid. Okay. I'm done talking about gachas. Unless we had any closing thoughts, because
Fuck gachas.
yeah.
Yeah, they're fun as distractions. Don't let them eat up your life, obviously. It's going to be the same with any free-to-play game we talk about here. For the most part, don't let it financially ruin you, because that kind of defeats the purpose of going, oh yeah, I'm going to play a free game so I can be a little bit thrifty and save some money. Obviously, if you want to support a game, do it, but don't be stupid about it. Know your limit, play within it. Damn it.
Okay. So what about non-gacha free-to-play games? Because
Never heard of it.
There's a giant amount of those, as you should know.
So how about TF2, guys?
Oh god, have we talked about TF2 on this stupid thing before? Because I don't want to do it again.
We've talked about TF2 a couple times on this channel now.
So TF2 is pretty great. It's free to play. Spend all your grandparents' money on crates and get unusuals, and then sell them to get more unusuals. The cycle continues.
This is the second time in about 2 minutes you told us to freaking steal credit cards.
Gotta be fast.
Hey, Ren, can I get 3 digits on the back of your credit card, please?
Oh yeah, sure.
I mean,
it's,
the game of stealing your grandparents' credit card is in fact free to play.
unless you get caught.
Well, technically, it's free to play if you didn't purchase it yourself.
Anyway, back on topic.
Yes.
TF2 is a pretty good example of a free-to-play game. You can experience everything the game has to offer for free, from a gameplay perspective.
From
You just
perspective.
Not
You
true.
just have to
I'm pretty
pay
sure free-to-players can't talk to people anymore.
Oh yeah, they changed that.
They restricted their chat options or some bullshit.
Yeah, because people are freaking terrible and kept using it for mic spam.
Damn it!
Literally, all you have to do is sell 1 refined, and then you're on. Just sell them the Steam Market, and you're done. You won't. It counts.
Okay, that's easy then. Yeah, it's easy to get out of the free-to-play mode with TF2. It's just a little bit of a hassle now.
I
But at
mean,
that point, you're
just,
technically not free to play
Yeah,
anymore.
it's technically not... Yeah.
So we can't talk about that. We can only talk about before that.
Yeah.
Well, it was alright, man. It was okay, man.
I
TF2
still-
was fun. It's alright.
I still remember when I went free-to-play, like... I was so excited to be able to play it on PC, finally. Because I had been playing on freaking the Orange Box on my 360. And, as anyone who's played Orange Box on 360, or PS3 for that matter, knows...
I'm the PS3 guy.
It's
Yeah.
real bad.
Jesus
In
Christ, that was
comparison.
horrible.
But isn't technically the PS3 version I think I've said this on this fucking podcast. The only version, that is like fully vanilla now or something.
Yeah.
that is
It got-
correct
got
because
no-
360 got an update.
Yeah. Anyway, we have. I'm sure I'm reiterating. So let's move on to a different free-to-play game. God damn it.
So how about League of Legends and Dota 2, guys?
No.
How about MOBAs?
Oh, I'm okay with talking
God.
about MOBAs. I actually like MOBAs.
Oh, God.
You guys just won't play with me, so I don't play them anymore.
MOBAs hold a very painful place in my heart. I am not a fan.
Ren's a fucking Timo main.
Well, yeah, he was, but he
No,
barely
he
played the game.
secretly still is.
No.
This was back when getting to like level 30 or something was a big deal because they still had like the old mastery system where that was like important. I'm pretty sure Rin never even got to level 30.
No,
so
I think it's like 27.
Yeah, I never
Yeah,
got
he,
to 30.
he never really got there. He never really experienced the full game before he just gave up on it. MOBAs are generally like they're good when you have a playing with pubs, playing with randos is terrible in those ones. But when you have like a full team of 5 or something and you're playing with your friends, it can be a pretty fun experience that I quite enjoy. I don't play those games unless I have 3 people, like unless like half the team is people I know.
I would actually agree with that. I've obviously sunk in a lot of time into League of Legends. But most of that time was unfortunately spent playing it incorrectly, not with people, trying to climb ranked, which is
Yeah, no.
some of the most toxic fucking sewage anyone could ever.
Yeah.
One of the worst communities. Not the worst, but really fucking bad.
Yeah, that's what you don't do. If you want to play a MOBA, get some friends, go in together, and have a good time. Don't solo queue. It isn't fun. I don't recommend that.
You know what? Yeah, and I'll agree with that. MOBAs are great. They can be a lot of fun. They like League of Legends is a meme, but it is worth playing if you got someone to play with it 100%.
Yeah. I will say League has some issues with its monetization system. Because you have to buy the individual characters, you can buy them with in-game points, but the gain of that is really slow. So it's that same thing of they just want you to spend real money, so they make it really slow. Dota 2 is much better about that because every character is just unlocked from the beginning. There is no locking. So everyone has full access to all of the stuff.
Alright, now Ren, tell us why you hate League.
There's a lot of reasons. I just, MOBAs in general never clicked for me. The toxicity whenever I would play with even some people I knew, like, League could bring out some pretty toxic sides of people. Especially League. Like, I've only played Dota a couple times, but I noticed, like, for whatever reason, that was a lot more calm. I could be just making shit up right now. But yeah, just dealing with the people, I don't have patience for it, and when I'm playing a game, I want to play to have fun. I don't want to play to have everyone screaming at me for the slightest of mistakes.
And, to go with that, League is a 40-minute venture, either way. If you have a shit team, you are locked in with them for 40 goddamn minutes of your real-ass life.
Unless you GG at 20.
Yeah.
Which is
I remember when that
fairly
was something.
That's still a thing. People still do that.
Yeah,
No, I said, remember when that wasn't a thing?
It wasn't. Okay, I misheard you.
Yeah, back
don't
like
actually-
the seasons 1 through 5 days.
I don't even
Yeah,
remember that. Been
I
fucking
do.
forever.
God damn.
The last time I remember playing a decent amount of League, every time a new update came out, it felt like they were saying like, "Oh yeah, we're reworking this character. We're gonna make them a tanky mid."
Oh no! When it comes League, League is fun, but League is really simple, and a lot of its characters are really homogenous. Most League characters can fall under 5 archetypes, and they all pretty kind of play the same, and it's not cool in that sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a simple game. Sorry, no, it's not simple. There is a decent amount of complexity of
Oh yeah.
to it, but it's like compared to Dota 2, it's much more simple. And if you want like to just get into MOBAs for the first time, it's probably the better choice, just because it's much easy. It has a much easier learning curve
Well,
in comparison to like Dota 2's learning cliff.
I mean, for one, the screen locks by default in League.
Well,
Which, I mean,
that's a noob trap. People that
it
do
is.
that, like,
It is, and it's a really hard hurdle to get past. But I found that like the 2 people that tried to get from League to Dota were just unable to fucking handle that. So, and yeah, that is a noob trap. Agreed. And everyone who plays a MOBA needs to get past that. But at the same time, like, I think that feature is actually still a good thing, because while you're learning, it is teaching you a bad habit. It's still like getting you into the game and like one way or another, and like you're still learning the other mechanics of the game.
I mean, kind of, but then there are going to be people that stubbornly will not turn it off forever. The adding a bad habit as like a mechanic is an iffy thing to do. I'm okay, obviously, with like a button that just centers it on your character immediately. That's a great idea. I'm pretty sure both games have that, and it works perfectly fine. I don't see the need to lock it, but you know, whatever.
It'd be like if Team Fortress 2 tried to teach you how to play by saying, "Okay, now the first thing you should do is like play 20 hours on 2 Fort. Have fun."
I mean, shit.
That's what I did, though.
Same, but it's a terrible way to learn how to play.
No, in TF2, it would be more of a tip that says, "Do not fire rockets at your own feet." And then there was a thing that in a setting that would make it so you actually can't aim the rocket launcher down.
Ooh.
That would be a better equivalent, because it's something really useful that can also be a little harmful, like, because obviously shooting your own feet is generally not a good idea in a first-person shooter, but it is in TF2. No, my main issue going from League to Dota was not that, it was that Dota's UI was way bigger, and I wasn't used to having that much of the screen blocks. I believe most of that's fixed now. It's a much better UI. It was a long time ago. It was still in beta when I first went over to it, so... No.
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's necessarily a bad thing to get someone who wouldn't play a MOBA otherwise to have a feature that might get them into it. And yeah, that's a bad feature. But like, if they're not going to play it otherwise, like, isn't having something to like ease them into it like a good thing?
Potentially. I just think it's a really minor thing that I know many people that have not turned it off, kind of thing. You did not turn it off for years, basically.
That is true. That is true.
It took forever for me to get you to stop doing that.
Maybe if you just like, if it was on by default, and then like after your first 4 or 5 games, it just says, "Oh, would you like to turn this off? It's highly recommended as you get used to the controls," or whatever. So that way, like, you have a chance to like learn in a more controlled environment, and then you take the training wheels off at a point. Instead
I feel
of like,
in terms of League, since League is the one that has it, League has a tutorial. If in its tutorial it had that on for the first bit to explain a lot of the basic mechanics, and then they're like, we are going to unlock the camera now. This is how you should play the game. It is much more beneficial to you. And then it allowed you to do the exact same kind of things and play around a bit, just with the camera unlocked so people can get used to it. I'm fine with that.
I think League's got to be the game to do that, because, like, holy fuck, there are so many people who are just unable to fathom that because they can't. I don't know. They
Well,
don't have like
I mean,
a good.
I mean, like
Other
Dota
than
2
obviously bots.
No, yeah, fucking bot matches. Those are always fun. You could stomp those so hard.
MOBAs are quality. I think. Obviously,
if you
your
have
experience.
if you're not playing alone, they're fun. They're very fun. Also, always mute the enemy team. Immediately mute the entirety of the enemy team. Do not talk to them ever.
Always talk shit.
Yeah,
That's
talk
what
shit to them.
Gotta.
You gotta immediately mute the enemy team. You gotta immediately mute your own team, and play in a group where you actually don't have to mute them.
You're not comparing dick sizes before each round of League. You're not really playing League.
Ugh.
That was a weird way of saying during every game of League.
During every game of League, if you haven't fucked everyone's mother, you're not gonna win the game.
Well, that's the actual purpose of League.
Oh, you're right, Kaz.
You
Now-
know, there's. Yeah.
How do you feel about Battle Royales?
Ooh.
Never played one.
I played PUBG a bit.
I've played Fork Knife a bit.
PUBG kind of started the craze, and I know like a bunch of people were playing it when it still wasn't out of early access technically. I think because like it was really laggy, like super unoptimized when it first was really gaining traction, and I played a couple games with some people and then never touched it again. And it falled off so fast, and it was just, in my case, I wasn't very good at it. And with a game where, like, if you want to get good at a game, the best way is to practice, but it's also hard to practice if you just die, you know? And it just never really clicked for me. I never really got into it. I never got that first chicken dinner or anything.
Yeah, I've never had a winner chicken dinner either. Mind you, I played like 4 games of PUBG and 5 of Fortnite, so I'm pretty biased when it comes to Battle Royale style games. Unless you want to talk about Minecraft Hunger Games. Back when I was fucking, 15? 2010? Like, that was the shit, playing on the free online alpha servers, like this and that, like the true grandpappy to Battle Royale.
Well, on that note, I do have to agree with you, Rin. There is a bit of a certain baptism by fire when it comes to Fortnite and Warzone and fucking chicken fuckers. They're it's really hard to like understand the mechanics and like get into it when you just get sniped from across the map and you're fucking second minute of playing.
Sniped out of the sky. On your 30 seconds of playing.
I mean, like that's like an issue that like I'm not really sure, like it's because of shit like that I'm not really sure I'll really ever get into like a battle royale that is a shooting game I'm currently playing Fall Guys a lot. I love that game. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
But it's not
It's-
the topic. It's not free yet. Oh,
No.
it's on PS
Well,
Plus.
it was for half the
It is.
player base.
Um,
It was free with your PlayStation Plus subscription.
yeah, but I play it on PC, so I had to pay $22 fucking.
Yeah. Good as a free game, I don't know if I'd ever pay for it. Super Mario 35 and Tetris 99 are really good examples of good free-to-play Battle Royale style games.
I would actually agree with that. I really like both of those games.
I haven't had.
I think they're
Mario 35's good, Rin. If you haven't had a chance, you should.
Yeah, I need to play Mario 35. I really enjoy Tetris 99 though. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun
I
when
like
you're
the
not
one
getting ruined.
Yeah. Like the one issue with Battle Royales is that there's unfortunately like that element of randomness of just being the one guy that gets fucked over in every way possible. In Tetris 99, it's the case of like, it just so happens 50 people fucking target you.
Say goodbye to all those rogues.
And it's like, well, that game was fun and lasted me 5 seconds because somebody's a grandmaster in fucking Korea and got like 7 Tetrises in the first 50 seconds. Like,
And they targeted you.
yep. Oh, and also there were like 7 of them that targeted you.
Yeah.
Eat shit out. I don't know.
All of a
So
sudden,
Kaz just doesn't like Korean gamers.
Yep, you caught me. I'm a secret racist. Well, I'm not secret anymore.
Kaz is, yeah, and the secret's out, like, you can't go back on this now. Kaz doesn't like people playing video games against him.
Yeah, why would I want to play all the games by myself? I want to get every single chicken dinner. I want to get cop every W. Fuck people. They suck. Nah. Battle Royales, I mean, the issues I brought up, I feel like I'm not even entirely sure, like, how you'd fix, like, a Tetris 99 moment like that. Like, what do you limit the amount of people that can target you? Well, that kind of ruins part of the strategy, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how it can be fixed.
Well, it was fixed to an extent in Mario 35, right? You're able to target in different ways. There was more of a stratagem to Mario 35 than there was to Tetris 99. You could hold on to all your coins and hope that you'd roll the dice for a good power-up later on down the road that would send all the enemies that were just sent to you to the other guy. But, like, you know...
Mario 35 does bring with it a big caveat that follows free-to-play games, though. They don't last forever.
Yeah.
Free-to-play games that are really good, no matter how good they are, will eventually either die off or the servers will just cut out eventually, or...
In this case, the game will just stop being available come March next year.
Yeah,
Why?
that's only a possibility, because Tetris 99 was only supposed to be available for a limited time.
Was
Yeah.
it? I don't remember that. You're gonna
I
have
don't
to
fucking remember it having a due date on it. I'm pretty sure this specifically said, "Hey, it's available till this day."
Yeah, the limited time bit for Mario 35 is really fucking dumb. Most likely they will remove it if it's because it'll probably be popular enough that they'll just want to keep it up. But having that kind of limited release is really weird and kind of like shitty. I don't like Nintendo for that. I mean, Nintendo's going with a lot of limited release stuff, but that has nothing to do with free-to-play games, so... Ugh, fuck Nintendo. Yeah.
Whoa, those are some pretty extreme words there, fuck.
Yeah. Fuck you.
No, fuck you, fuck.
No,
No.
I do feel it's a good idea to keep seriously question the shit Nintendo does because
Yeah,
they're going down the path right now.
I mean,
where-
Sliv, you've always been a Nintendo dick sucker, all the time.
I'll bend over and suck off Miyamoto anytime I want.
I know you will, and that's the problem, is that there's too many people like you that are willing to forgive them for this stupid bullshit. Like limited time releases
But
for digital games.
it's not gonna be limited time. Let's
You're
be real
saying,
here.
yeah, no, I agree that it will most likely not do that, but the fact that it was potentially could have happened that way if it wasn't popular enough is still dumb. And I don't like
But it's
it.
free.
So?
But if I invest a shit ton of time into a thing I like, I don't want it to go away.
Eventually, every server will come down.
That's what I was bringing up earlier, and that's a caveat that comes with free-to-play games. Like,
Yeah,
at
but
any
yeah,
point,
You pay $60 for, let's say, the latest Call of Duty. 10 years down the road, those servers aren't going to be online anymore.
but you'll
Yeah.
still be able to play that Call of Duty if you want to, even if the servers are down. Or there might be alternative ways to play that game.
Sliver's
online.
had some other issues with that, but no, I agree. It is a caveat with every multiplayer game that eventually servers are going to go down. I have purchased, Overwatch, and eventually, one day, I will never be able to play Overwatch again because it's an only online game that I spent $20 on. Yeah, that is true, but that's over a 10-year time span, not a 6-month time span. There's a pretty big difference there.
Yeah, and Mario 35 falls into the category of free-to-play games that you're not going to have an alternative to play anymore. A game like Overwatch, there's going to be someone running a private server for it.
Probably, yeah.
But you have Mario 35, no one's going to be able to play it. Or you're going to have... I used to play a game in the mid-2000s called X-Steel. It was a free-to-play, mech team deathmatch kind of game. I really, really liked it, and the servers went down. But because of the way they ran it, the game has to phone home to the server to launch properly, so there's no way anyone could ever play it again. It's just gone.
Gentlemen, you know what game where the servers will never go down? Fliff. Fliff will never.
Oh god, that is free to play. We can talk about it here.
We're getting back in the Fliff, boys.
Oh god, no time to talk about shitty free to play MMOs we've touched.
To talk about Fliff.
Yeah.
Fliff is the magnum opus of every MMORPG. There is nothing that holds a candle to this wonderful little Korean passion project. Holy fuck. That game is a fucking enigma because it has been going on for fucking how long?
Since
Probably 15
2004.
Okay. So 16
years.
Nobody fucking plays it.
Actually,
But it is-
everyone play it. Everyone who watches this video.
Yeah, sorry.
Everyone.
We're actually announcing the Thunderclub Fliff server. Come join, PvP me.
Guys,
Yeah,
why,
we're just
why
gonna
are-
straight buy a server, dude. Come on.
why aren't you doing Fliff Let's Plays? You can be the Fliff channel.
Yeah, we
Finally,
can
our
be the
niche.
Fliff channel.
You can do it. I have no doubt.
Sing.
Gonna have to look up some Fliff YouTubers, see if they exist.
Algorithm breaks. Fliff shoots to the top of the charts. We get 6 million fucking subscribers.
But yeah, no, if you're watching this video right now, just Google Fliff. It's spelled FlyFF. FLYFF. And look it up. It's a great game. You will not regret it. It's the best free-to-play MMO ever.
Just don't screw around with the settings too much, or else you'll permanently break your install of it on your computer.
Oh yeah, and do yourself a favor and don't change the resolution, or else the fucking text boxes will be too small to read, and it won't be solvable. Fucking installed this goddamn game. changed my resolution by like a little bit less, and all of a sudden everything was entirely fucking unreadable.
Whoever's editing this video, play the Fliff battle music throughout this entire section.
Absolutely.
Dude, there's so many good Fliff songs. You know what? Unironically, and I mean this unironically, there's some bangers. Like, maybe not the battle music. Well, for the meme, the battle music. But, like, some of those town themes, like, I've thrown them in multiple fucking videos in this channel. Some of them are actually pretty good.
That's cool. I actually didn't really know. I kind of forgot what most of the music was like.
Anyway, fucking Fliff aside.
So, Warframe, good or bad? Random, what say you?
We're like,
The game we've all invested hours into, unironically having fun. Is it good or bad?
Yeah, Ren, is Warframe good or bad?
I enjoy Warframe. I really do. I think it's got its problems. Its dev team is one of the problems. A lot of the problems. Most of the problems.
Yeah, but like you have to understand, they're small enough in Canada.
Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, I got absolutely invested in Warframe. Had an absolute blast playing it. I'm not playing it much anymore just because the last few updates haven't been that great, but yeah, once I got into it, I was right invested in it. Absolutely had a great time with it. There's some old tweets on the Twitter from when we broke the dojo.
Those were some good times.
Those were some great times. Exploring the Void was hilarious and amazing.
Hey, maybe our viewers can tell us. Is it pronounced Ducat or Ducat?
Oh my god.
Tell
No.
us in the comments.
No.
It's fucking duck.
The currency, is it Ducat or Ducat?
It's a
I'm pretty
ducat.
sure.
No, it's a Ducat. Fuck you, Rin. Fuck you, guys. Fuck you, it's Ducat.
Okay, Sliv, you've actually agreed with us at several points in history that it's called a ducat.
No,
I made a
fuck you.
joke that we were eventually going to start calling them ducats and saying that you were always the one calling them ducats in an attempt to gaslight you. But apparently you flipped back to being dumb. So we're going to ignore this.
Nah, man.
And now I'm going to talk about Warframe and why it's good, and we're going to ignore that. Warframe is good. Warframe is a super fun game where you just mow down millions upon millions of cloned soldiers for your own enjoyment. As being overpowered as hell. That's what the game is about. It has no real semblance of challenge outside of the bullshit. But it's fun for that. It's a good way to kill time while, I don't know, listening to a podcast or something.
Like this one.
Yeah, like this one. If you're not playing Warframe right now, what's wrong with you?
Warframe or Fliff.
Yeah, Warframe or Fliff. These are the only two things you're allowed to play while watching this podcast. It's good. I actually quite like its monetization system because it has microtransactions like all free-to-play games do. But in Warframe, basically everything is purchasable. Like, literally anything, even just like normal drops, like normal resource drops, you can just purchase for the in-game money. But you can trade in-game money with other players, so it's actually developed like basically an economy going on there, where there is a money sink, and that's just the in-game store. So you can just grind out the in-game money and take it from other whales.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Fliff has the most fun economy I have ever fucking had the pleasure of sinking time into.
Flipp's economy, I guess.
Yeah.
As I was saying, I once got this fucking 2,000 gold greatsword from this moron for 5 gold. It was sick, bro. No, okay. Man, I have spent so much time ripping off morons, selling fucking sledge-driven mods that have plus fucking 500 sliding attack. Oh, bro, it's just 500 platinum. Just 500 platinum. It's a bargain. It's a steal. Then the moron spends real money on platinum and gives it to me. It's great. It's awesome. It's incredibly player friendly, and it, entering into a market, into any game market, I think can be a little bit daunting at first. But I think Warframe, if you do have like a friend out there who has already spent a lot of time and can sort of show you the ropes, can make your experience a lot more enjoyable for sure.
Yeah, although when dealing with the Warframe market, you got to use an external site. Really, doing the in-game chat, it works. You can do that. It's just obnoxious. So just go to warframe.market or something.
Yeah, it's infinitely better.
Yeah, so now Warframe Market is a second-party website where you'll just be able to contact the person in-game to do the trade in-game. It's not done through a separate service like backpack.tf or anything.
Yeah.
So, it's all done in-game. You don't have to use any other services. It's just to help you find people to sell to.
Warframe Market is a external third-party thing. It just gives you a copy-paste that you put in-game to message them.
And never, ever just send a message without using the copy-paste, for the love of God.
Yeah, that's always annoying.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Point is, join the sensitive boys on Warframe. Join the sensitive girls in Flip.
We're not recruiting.
Not recruiting for our clan-sensitive boys.
Everyone in the pool.
But yeah, no, it's a good game. I will say, eventually, no matter what, you will hit a wall. There'll be a point when you'll just go, I could farm this cool thing, but I'm already so overpowered I don't need that cool thing, and you kind of get a little bored.
And this is when you decide to build your railjack.
Well, yeah, it's either when you... Well, I mean, that's another cool thing you can build. Quote-unquote cool thing. Fuck railjack. What I was going to say, that's when you put the game down for, 4 months and then pick it up again later. It's always a game you can go back to. That's one of the best parts about it, is that you can just go back to it.
I know, the microtransactions in Warframe are way better than a lot of other free-to-play games. It's kind of funny, we've gotten to nearly the end of this, and we haven't talked about games that end up being pay-to-win. Which is the other side, stark opposite of what Warframe is, where...
Well, we talked about gacha games, which are essentially pay-to-win to a point, because you just keep paying to get the thing you need. I think it's because most of us don't play a lot of pay-to-win games, because we're not total dumbasses.
Generally, with pay-to-win, you pay once to get in, and then you pay to win.
I don't know how it works.
Generally.
That's pay to win. You said you pay once to get in, and then you pay to win, which means you pay more. Your sentence made no sense.
Also, that's no longer a free-to-play game.
Because it wasn't a free-to-play game. You had to purchase the game, and then you had to purchase more things to pay to win.
No, I'm talking about free games
that are pay to win.
That are pay to win, because there are a lot of them. Because a lot of them get their money through just being unbeatable without paying money, or being so obnoxious. Like Warframe has a little bit of obnoxiousness where you have to wait 3 days or certain things, and you could use your real money currency to speed it up.
That is definitely an issue.
But there are definitely other games that are far more egregious.
Like Rage, Shadow Legends.
No!
What the fuck?
I don't know anything about that game. I just know it gets shilled all the time.
It's gotta be garbage. There's no...
Hey Ray, you want to sponsor us? Well, fuck off.
We just call it garbage.
And there goes and there goes the Raid sponsorship. How is Kaz ever gonna get that $4 now?
God damn it. I'll never be able to buy that copy of fucking Xenoblade Chronicles for $4 at our local game store now.
Yeah, but Kaz, do you know what you can buy for $4 again?
What?
Slip went to Walmart and he finally found 6 glazed donuts for $1 again. The Canadian economy is recovering and we can once again get 2 dozen 24 donuts for $4.
2 dozen 24 donuts? That's a lot of donuts.
24 donuts.
I'm gonna shove my car full of those donuts.
I'm also really glad that we've decided to include this inside joke that no audience member will understand into this stupid podcast.
Oh, don't worry. The audience is going to become a part of the inside joke. Always remember, for $4 Canadian, you can get 24 honey glazed donuts. And then eat them all while drinking your Mountain Dew.
And that's
that you're going to use your COD points for.
And that is what you can use the money you saved buying some great free-to-play games.
And why do you have to fucking criticize my life like that, Sliver? That's not very nice.
Oh, don't worry, Kaz. You and I are gonna have some good Dew and Doritos later.
No, you fucking aren't.
Alright, everyone. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Flip Frame podcast. I have been Kaznarius.
I've been Rin.
I've been Sliv.
I don't want to be here anymore. Good night.
Remember to
I'm
follow
joking.
us on Twitter at THNDRCLUB.
And subscribe over here too.
Yeah,
And
that'd be
Love you
nice.
forever.
Also-
Send us over to your friends, maybe. I don't know. We need
So
more
what
friends.
we should really do is comment on a topic you want us to talk about, because we're shit at coming up with them, and that's why we come up with garbage like this.
Yeah.
So tell us what you want us to talk about, because we know that you value our opinion so highly. The one person who watches this.
Yeah.
We've seen the analytics. We know that someone watched like 3 minutes of this at least.
Come on,
Okay.
we know you're from France. We're Canadian. We promise we know basic French.
No, we don't. Okay. Anyway, let's end this podcast now, because we've
What?
said all this shit.
Play Flip.
Everyone,
Play
play
Flip.
Flip.
Thanks
Play
for watching.
Flip.
Bye.